According to Brofman and Brofman, when it comes to fairness, it's the process, not the outcome, that causes us to act irrationally. This idea is known as procedural justice. As the head coach of a football team, my decision-making process is heavily influenced by my sense of fairness. For example, I was recently involved in a situation in which the outcome was affected by procedural justice. It all began when I instituted a rule that stated if a player missed more than 2 practices in a single week, he would not be allowed to play in the subsequent game. It's a policy that I believed was fair, and I hoped the players shared my belief. As the season began, one of my star players went missing the week before our 3rd game. He missed every practice that week, but managed to call me the night before the game to explain his absence. He told me he was having family issues, but he was now ready to rejoin the team and play on Sunday. Although it may have been a valid excuse for missing a week of practice, the policy stated that he should not be allowed to play in the game. I was at a crossroads in my young coaching career, as I did not predict such a difficult scenario when instituting the policy. If I stuck to my policy, I would be benching my best player and probably not win the game. However, if I let him play, the other players would see it as unfair and probably lose respect for me as well as the practice policy. As mentioned in our text, we have a deep-rooted belief in fairness and will do whatever it takes to defend it. So needless to say, I chose to stick with my policy. I met with him before the game to let him know that he would not be playing. As expected, the player said based on his extremely difficult situation, I should make an exception and allow him to play. I knew he was upset, but after I explained my thought process behind the decision, he seemed to be a bit more understanding. He understood that by making an exception for his situation, others might look to take advantage of me in the future. As a leader, having consistency between your words and actions is a big part of developing trust. My decision to stick with the policy and not play my star player may have been irrational, but it was fair. We ended up losing in a close game, 14-7, in which the star player probably would have made a difference in the outcome. However, I believe by sticking to the policy, it showed the fairness of the process and it helped maintain trust between players and coaches for the remainder of the season.